the stream. Okay. Hello! Welcome to Star Trek Pathos Season 1, Episode 9, Allure Part 3. With me here are some very special people, also known as my players. Please say hello and introduce your characters.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, gesturing hello, that works as well.
I was waiting for the screen to switch on the stream. It's fine. Anyway, hello. I am CangoFango, and I play the human communications officer on the USS Pathos called Doviah, Drenlich, Twossock.
Hello, I'm Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
I am Rogue, or Sir Rogue. Definitely Sir Rogue. I play Nero. I play the flight controller.
Thank you.
It's time to get the vote. Let's go vote, Hardy.
Uh-huh. Hello, VGR. Welcome, Eliza. Roomspath. Hello, CangoFango. And everybody else as well who's watching this archived. Or without an account. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or both.
So, who's going to do the recap?
I wonder.
Do you want the proper recap or the funny recap?
Funny one, please. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll be in Vault Hunters.
Okay, that pretty much covers it.
Not
So,
sure what the punchline to that joke is.
There isn't one.
It's not a
That's
joke.
the punchline.
The punchline is that it's not a joke.
So, last time we discovered through some trial and error a computer which, from the wreckage that we're investigating, a computer which was intact enough to glean a tiny little bit of information after it was expertly maneuvered out of the deadly debris field. And you had enough time to analyze it, and you got some words from that. Now, those words, using those words as a basis, you came to the conclusion that there's probably something else in the debris field, something they were seeking. There was the word vault mentioned, and weapons upgrade, and something about glory, and so yes, after spending a few hours sifting through the debris near the center, you eventually came to find an asteroid, fairly large asteroid, with an array, or rather a grid of strange metal objects on the surface. After some investigation, a scan, you detected that there, well, for one, it has a complex of corridors and rooms inside. Those strange metal objects appear to be they appear to be similar to shield generators, but they're inactive for the time being. And you also discovered that it has an nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, little bit of carbon dioxide as well, and low levels of energy emitting from it. Other systems are offline. You detected no life signs, and I believe last time... No, I did. Hold on.
What?
He says, Eliza says glory. You didn't mention that last time. I did. Well,
I
didn't. The words were weapons upgrade installed, confident, finally achieve, vault, returning to glory. Those were the words. I've got them right there on my notes. Anyway, so Yes. I believe that was where we last left off, correct? Because I remember you spent a lot of the momentum you'd generated asking questions that have to do with the scan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
we've got 5 momentum left. And what would you... Hold on. What was the... Did I leave it on a cliffhanger last time?
Not really.
I don't think so.
It's just we had finished asking questions
Mm-hmm.
with
Yes.
the cane information, and we were like, yeah, in order to do anything more, we might run into something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Stop you.
Yeah, exactly. I remember debating whether I should leave it on a cliffhanger or not, and I decided let's leave it for next time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, now that it is next time, I don't know how that happened. Let's continue. Sharpening a pair of ice picks in the background. Well, sure, if you want to go to Andor. Anyway,
Or Repente.
we're on the bridge. And things have been analyzed and discussed. You're still keeping your distance. And yes, that's pretty much where we left off. So, what are people wanting to do? You can see on the view screen the asteroid slowly spinning with a background of the debris.
Mm-hmm.
It appears as though all of the debris around this asteroid seems to be stationary, whereas most of the other stuff is moving at all sorts of different angles and speeds.
Oh, how did I turn the mic on?
Right, so what's the last thing that happened that's on the bridge?
I think the last thing that happened was that the questions were asked. It was scanned and questions were asked, if I recall correctly.
And we came to the conclusion that there is atmosphere inside the asteroid.
Yes, breathable atmosphere.
And were there any life signs inside?
No.
Or I can't remember now.
No life signs.
Right.
Alright.
Mhm.
So, the questions we have now.
Oh, you
Remaining.
you also discovered that the walls that the space door on the asteroid and inner stuff is made of is mostly just uranium. So
Yeah.
it's softer than a starship's hull.
Duranium, not uranium. Or what?
Duranium.
Yes.
Uranium.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what we still have to figure out is these, we have assumed shield emitters of some variety, most likely. How strong are they? How are they connected to the power system, whatever that power system is? How easy or difficult will it be to get through them? Is there some weak point we can target in order to do that?
Mhm.
And are there any other defenses that we need to worry about?
Well, that all seems quite reasonable. Have a nice day. No, so
Have a nice alpha shift.
okay. So I will point out if they are shield emitters or whatever they are, at the moment, are not powered.
Right.
But that
so we
might
could-
change. That might change quickly. Who knows?
Maybe if it detects life signs aboard. So how about sending a probe over?
I will also say that at this point you are still technically at long range from it.
Yes.
Okay, so would it be reasonable to send a probe over to transport that over to take readings from inside?
Yes, if you
Okay.
really want to use one of your 240 probes.
I think we might as well.
I mean, we've already used 10. We started with 250.
Wow.
10. There you go.
They're draining quickly.
So I think
So Eliza says, Captain, we better be sure to let them know we aren't a threat.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
yeah. So
Or you could start out by getting closer and then just transporting this strange device on board of their base or whatever this is. I'm sure that can't be interpreted as hostile in any way.
yeah, no.
True point. Good
I would rather send it in that direction and toward it, so that it physically approaches.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea what would be receiving anything in this asteroid. So I guess just send out general peace messages. We're not trying to hurt you messages.
Uh-huh.
We come in peace.
We just want to know why all these ships are dead in your area.
So, I think you'll be able to find that out pretty easily. So, what do the others think, and what do you want to do first?
Not sure. I think
Well, we gotta send the probe, so we'll probably send the probe and then discuss which monkeys we're sending over.
Okay.
yeah.
So do you want...
I'd say step 1, messages of non-aggression.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2, send a probe. Step 3,
Profit.
plan.
Ah.
Mhm.
So...
It's supposed to be profit, but technically it's send monkeys.
Step 3. Step 3. Profits.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
So...
we're Starfleet, we don't really profit.
Yes,
Oh, we send
we
red
just
shirts
do
to the
things.
death.
We profit
True.
scientifically.
but it is debatable because you do maybe gain resources, which could be seen as profit. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. So, do you give the orders to Doviah to send messages of friendship?
Mhm.
Okay. So,
All right.
Doviah, do you send messages of friendship?
Sure.
You're feeling charitable today.
Yes. So let's do the classic. We come in peace.
Okay. I mean, there are standardized messages for this sort of stuff. So, it's gonna be...
It's the standard thing. Just select that message of friendship.
Mhm.
Send
So,
that.
let's make this the first rule of the session. It is going to be... Let's do engineering plus... I would probably say presence in this case.
Engineering plus presence? Sure. Okay.
Or command plus presence, that could also work.
Let's up a little better.
And the difficulty is 0, by the way.
Well, good. At least. Okay, command plus
The ship will assist.
presence or engineering. I'll go engineering. Okay. Focus used, subspace communications.
Sure, go ahead.
Great. So 2 dice, communications 1.
Mm-hmm.
Memento, What are we
We've
at?
got 5, but it's typically 0.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could maybe if you got everybody to agree on that
Nah,
miraculously.
I won't try. So, kindness is key. The value. Would that apply?
Like, do you really want to spend your point of determination on this? Just go ahead and
It
roll.
would apply
Just go ahead and roll.
for
And
once.
we'll get. Just go ahead and roll.
Sure.
Like-
It's like for once a value of
3.
5, but that's good
Congratulations.
anyway.
And that's a 1. Okay.
Yes.
So the ship assists.
Sure.
God, would you like to roll for the ship? It's going to be.
Sure.
Let's do command plus communications.
Good luck.
Okay.
Well,
It was only an 18. That bodes well.
ooh.
So.
Oh god, no.
Are we really having another one of these days?
Oh no, I
So-
don't like these days.
I mean, my roll wasn't too bad.
No, yours are excellent. A freaking
Okay.
1. You got a 1.
Yes.
So you've got 2 overflow
So-
momentum, which you can use on different stuff you want, or evaporate. So you start broadcasting messages of friendship,
Yes.
and only about like 3 seconds later, you hear. Hold on, what was
Your
it?
message could not be delivered.
Ha ha.
Right.
What was this? Oh, of course, Jay Baylor. Yes, you hear Jay Baylor saying, "Captain, we're being scanned." You look around. You can hear this low-pitched humming noise reverberating through the deck plates, saying, "It's coming from the asteroid." Do you want to do anything? I will point out your shields are currently up, and you're on yellow alert. Or do you just want to let it
Remain.
play out? Okay. So,
Very dark. What is this? Call of Duty?
Hold position.
after a while, the scan ends, and Doviah, you receive a message. It is a visual message.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Captain, I'm receiving a message. Do you want me to put it on screen?
Yes.
Okay, put it on screen. On screen, you can see there is what looks like it essentially looks like a big
Mhm.
user interface. There is what looks like a rectangular, almost like an input field, basically, like a background, like sort of dark green background with black around it, for about 5 seconds. And then there is a sequence of about 100 different symbols that appears one after the other. And that stays there for about 5 seconds. Then it cuts out. A little while later, starts again. So the blank field. Then another set of 100 symbols, completely different arrangement of them. And then it cuts out again. This pattern repeats.
So those two repeat, or is it always different?
It's always different,
Okay.
different symbols and different arrangements.
Right. I thought certain ones repeated, but yeah.
Can we get an analysis of these symbols? What kinds of symbols are they? Do they mean anything?
They probably mean something.
It's probably just to confuse us.
Interesting.
Captain.
No, out of character.
Oh, why out of all the fun stuff you say out of character? Anyway, so.
Doviah doesn't have fun.
Aw.
Well, not
So-
that kind.
So. What do you want to do? Do you want to have a look through the computer database, see if there's anything that resembles this stuff.
Yes.
I mean, we
That
might as well.
That might be good for Nero to do, considering one of his focuses would probably apply to that.
Nice.
Sorry.
The one starting with H.
Go, Nero, go.
The one starting with H.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
I
God.
would put this difficulty at 3,
Oh, god damn it.
and
Uh,
I'm going to say probably going to say let's do in this case engineering plus insight.
okay.
Difficulty 3. We've got full momentum.
What's the complication range?
The complication range is 1.
Okay.
Plus the ship will assist.
Okay, may I have one, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
What civilized conduct?
I can be civilized when I want to be. It's just not very often.
I knew you were going to say that. Anyway.
I am chaotic in nature.
Okay.
All right.
So we need.
Nice.
Let's see.
God damn it.
Yeah, we need one more. So. Kango, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure.
Let's.
No. Oh god damn it! Not this one as well.
Let's do. In this case, probably science plus computers would be my guess.
Sure.
I'm having one of those
Hey, you know that one that failed?
Yes,
Thinking.
I know. I've seen it. I was like,
Yeah.
god damn it! Get a one.
That's a success.
There we go.
Yeah.
3.
Hey.
We only needed 3. Okay. Good thing you bought that extra die.
Oh god damn it!
True.
So, after spending a reasonable amount of time researching these different symbols, recording, going through the database, seeing if anything that's might resemble them, or trying to figure out what these kind of patterns might mean, things like that, the communication eventually stops completely.
Okay.
Judging by what you've been able to accomplish with that roll, you're fairly certain that the blank space that it presents first is a form of input field, basically. It's waiting for an input.
Like a password.
Oh
Probably, yeah.
god.
The second thing, those symbols, your best guess is that, well, one, that that they're probably a numeric system, probably numbers, and also let's see. Okay, with that roll, sure. There is something about them. You think you've seen symbols like this before? Not that long ago, maybe like a month or a bit, or probably a bit over a month ago.
Was I doing over a month ago?
I don't know, but they seem familiar to you. Yeah, the symbols, VGR, the symbols seem to be numbers.
Yeah.
Also, the size, judging by the size of the symbols, it looks like the amount of symbols that it's showing are the exact amount of symbols that would fit in the empty box, basically.
So it's just a matter of what's the order, basically.
What's the order of a 100-digit code?
Plus,
Can't be too
plus, you don't even know what base it is, so you don't know how many symbols there are until it repeats.
Also, has this communication been logged or something? We can listen to it again or
I
watch it again. I mean,
I would assume so. Yes.
Good. Right.
Also, with that roll, the symbols also seem familiar to Shiun.
Let me check something.
Or maybe send us a hex message. Ooh, mysteries. Yeah, we love mysteries. Definitely.
Very interesting mystery, and I love mysteries.
Alien Bolt ARG.
Hold on. Oh god, no.
What? What?
No.
By the way, do you want to send that probe or not?
I'm assuming the scan was automated since we didn't detect any life signs. So we don't know how they'll react to that. I mean, the probe probably won't be too bad. I don't know.
But a torpedo might.
Yeah, not send a torpedo.
I mean, we could try it. Well, off it goes. We won't know until we check, says Eliza. Are you sending it then?
Well, as I've been sent.
She doesn't have
sending
authority.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I don't know who's in the chair next to Nero.
That would be Mr. Westaker.
I got rid of
So.
Damn it, I got rid of him. Just a bit of mirror coming out.
Do you still want to send that probe, or have your plans changed?
Sorry, I'm reading notes.
That's okay. Take your time. Take your time.
Hold on. Oh no, don't tell me there's a time where the... oh no, is it?
I don't know, finish the sentence and maybe we can tell you.
Was the captain with Neo at the time? If it was, I know exactly what the...
Sorry, could you, sorry, I missed that. Could you please repeat it?
Was Neo and the captain together at the time in the same place?
I don't quite know what you mean by that.
Was...
Probably when they saw the symbols previously.
I don't know.
Is my guess.
Maybe if you talked about it, you could maybe recall some more information.
My... So my first thought is that it might be from the excavation we were helping with.
Goddamn vampires.
Because
I can't remember.
Of course, it wouldn't be from the vampires themselves. It would be from the people who were helping the vampires.
Well,
Yeah.
helping the vampires, yes.
Helping. Or extracting stuff from their oceans. Or something along those lines. We're not sure.
Maybe.
Goddamn salt vampires.
If you would like to, you could bring up the records and compare the stuff of that specific thing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You do so. And indeed, some of the symbols match. However, you still get the feeling that you might know them from somewhere else as well. In fact, now that you're thinking about it, Doviah, you seem to recognize these symbols as well a little bit.
Interesting.
Oh,
could I do a...
How far does this go?
I mean, you could always spend momentum to gain an advantage, which could be the simple thing that, okay, you recall exactly where you know them from. You could propose that. It doesn't just have advantages. Don't just have to come from me to be presented to you. If you don't think of things that you would like to check yourself, you could always do that.
Yeah.
But if you've still got ideas of what it might be, then
yeah, could I?
Much as I feel like I have the answers somewhere in this document. This document is also already 20,000 words long. And I don't particularly feel like going through every episode of notes to try and remember where the notes about these like 2 or 3 particular instances are.
The viewers probably also don't feel very much like that.
No.
Well, they wouldn't need to go through anything.
So I would take the advantage.
Yes. Also, could I do a science plus insight or something to see where I know it from, or would that not work?
So. Sure, if you want to. But I'm not going to tell you the difficulty.
Okay. Manual linguistics? No.
No.
That's fine.
Like,
never lose hope value? Nah, not really. Okay.
It's like I'm trying to remember things.
Wow.
Specific instances, but I'm like, did that happen in this campaign, or did that happen in the other campaign? I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's 3 successes again.
Right.
And that's also a 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
God bloody damn it!
1
rolling all the
and
rolls
a 5.
God
So
bloody damn it.
the place where you remember the symbols from, specifically Doviah,
Yes.
were from the crystal sphere that irradiated you. They were kind of etched into the surface of it.
Yeah, I was looking through my notes trying to figure out if there were symbols on the sphere, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Right. Okay, so I would of course point this out. So I'd say, actually, Captain, if I may,
Yes.
I remember these symbols on the crystal sphere I had. The quartz. It had those symbols etched into it.
Yes, that would make sense.
And now that Doviah's pointed that out, just going to say that it clicks for both of you as well. You've also seen similar symbols on that puzzle box.
Yeah.
Never seen a oh, no, I did see a puzzle box.
Yes.
Right.
I just remember, did I see the puzzle box? Yeah, I did see the
Yes, you
puzzle
did.
box.
So about that probe.
God damn.
It seems that wherever we find references to these Viuni objects and symbols, we also find references to the Bashal. Unfortunately, I don't think we have enough information to know the significance precisely. But we do have that puzzle box. Yeah. Never did check in with how that was going.
You never did?
Right, I see.
Who knows if Severu's even still alive?
Well, now that Shiun and I have been reminded that the puzzle box is a thing still, let's tentatively send out a probe to get a closer scan.
Okay.
Not too close, but like close range.
Okay. So, by close range, do you mean the mechanical term close range, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Mechanical close range.
So, Nero, do you launch the probe?
Yeah.
Okay, you now have 239 probes left.
And
Shocker.
while waiting on the probe, I'll contact Mr. Zaveru.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, have you learned anything about that puzzle box?
Wait, you're waiting on the probe.
So, probably not literally.
Well, yeah, the probe needs to go there and make a scan,
Right.
so
Yes, sure.
have a minute or two.
But she probably doesn't mean that
Yes.
literally, though. So, you contact him. Ask about the puzzle box, yes. Yes, the puzzle box. I've run some experiments. It's currently still hooked up in Science Lab 1. It looks like wood, but it's actually a bit more complicated than that. Why do you ask?
We have received a transmission from the asteroid, which has some of the same symbols in it.
Very interesting. That's very interesting. And you think there's... Well, of course there's a connection.
Yes, a connection to the puzzle box, to the orb, which in turn had a connection to the planet of the salt vampires.
Do you want me to unhook the box?
Perhaps. Yes.
Right. Should I bring it to the bridge, or where do you want it?
Yes, to the bridge.
Right, I'll be there shortly. As in the background, you can hear a clanking noise as though a hammer had been dropped or something. As just a moment before the call ends. So he's doing that. Meanwhile, you can see on the view screen, little probe launch as the thrusters ignite and the probe is accelerating towards the asteroid. Goes closer, 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 transitions into medium range, getting closer and closer and closer still, transitions just into close range. Do you want it to be on a trajectory towards the asteroid or at an angle so that it'll pass the asteroid at close range and then just continue on to the debris field?
Pass.
Pass.
That's it.
Okay.
I feel like sending a probe directly at it might be taken as a sign of aggression.
Or have it
So
orbit
let's
the
not
asteroid.
do that.
It does not. The asteroid does not have a significant enough gravitational field for that to be a possibility, really.
Okay.
I mean, technically it is, because with any amount of gravity you can theoretically have an orbit, but it's not feasible. So, it gets into close range. You want to do a scan?
Yes.
Okay, so that's, I'm assuming, going to be Jay Baylor. Do you want to buy dice? We've got 6 momentum.
We might as well.
Yeah.
The ship will assist. Do you want to buy one?
Yeah. Just buy one.
Why not?
Okay.
We've got the momentum. Oh.
Sure do.
Wow.
Wow.
That's 2 successes.
And
A
Okay.
complication.
yes.
So, Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship? Can you guess what it's going to be?
I wonder.
Had to be the DM, get the 20, didn't it? Had to be the DM.
Of course.
And unfortunately, I doubt Baylor has a convenient talent to re-roll that or whatever.
Let's see. Actually, yeah, he does have cautious science. You're right. Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you for reminding
nice.
me.
Wow.
So let me re-roll it before you roll. 1d20.
Yeah.
Huh. That's another
That's
success. So
much
that's
better.
3 successes.
That is much better.
Damn. Yay, talents.
Okay.
All right.
A 19. We're getting
That was a
closer.
19.
We're getting closer. So, with 3 successes,
Ah!
you get the momentum back, and a scan from this distance reveals in more detail how the shield grid is connected to the power grid. It appears as though there are several of the chambers appear to have some thick shielding, like physical shielding, not energy shields, but like dense metals, basically, alloys. Shielding. The scan isn't quite deep enough to penetrate that without spending momentum, but you do get a bit more detail on how the energy grid is laid out. However, there's the noticeable absence of any form of reactor. Also, still no life signs. Do you want to ask any
All
questions?
right. Well, we have a lot of momentum.
That's not a question.
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
not.
It is,
Thank
a
you.
mere, it is a mere statement of fact.
Um, so you said we can't scan deep enough to get through the physical shielding without momentum.
Yes.
How much momentum?
1. It would be an obtain information.
Yes, I would like that.
Yeah?
Unless someone disagrees.
No? Why would I?
Rogue? So rogue? He says no. Okay, sorry, Dodd.
No, I'm good. No,
Oh.
no, carry on.
Oh, right. So, so spending momentum. The scan manages to penetrate a little bit deeper, revealing trace amounts. So, okay. So, note, I need to double check my notes. 1 moment. And actually, you can see that I'm double checking them because when I don't have my notes up, if you look closely at my face cam, it looks like this because it's quite dark. But then as soon as I bring my notes up, you can see it brightens.
Yeah, because white.
Yes. So let's see.
You don't have it on dark mode, do you?
It's pages.
My notes are in dark mode.
If you did have it in dark mode, then we never would know. So yeah.
Mine's a Word document, but I have Word in dark mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because mine's in dark mode, I know that.
Okay. So there are 4 lights. No, there are 2 rooms
Yes, yes.
which are shielded in this way. The first one is fairly small, about maybe 10 by 10 meters. And it appears to be some sort of storage room. And you can detect, some sort of storage room. The other room is larger. It's about 200 by 200 by about 100 meters large space. Takes up a significant portion of the
A
asteroid.
little larger.
A little larger. And that room seems to be completely empty. You do detect in that large room some, what looks from the scan, looks like advanced technology in the walls. And both rooms have trace amounts of lingering tetrion radiation. Not enough to be dangerous, but just a little bit. No, don't worry, it's not the Herogen. As far as you know. Still no lead on any sort of reactor or generator or anything like that. Even though there is clearly power in the system.
What is it with these aliens and their giant empty rooms?
I mean, who knows?
They didn't have to
Are
go.
they also running holograms in there?
So, I think the main reason for why we have all these giant empty rooms is that we can reuse the sets.
No, they just didn't have the gold plus platinum to fill it all out.
Yep, so which monkeys are we sending down there? Is
Who
the next
knows?
question.
At this point, a certain Mr. Maxwell Zaveru arrives on the bridge, little bit grease-covered face, got his sleeves rolled back, carrying this wooden box, ornate carvings and dials and levers and buttons all around it. And he kind of looks around, asking where to put it down. He could put it on one of the consoles, or you could put it on the red railing that's running around the back of the bridge. Like that's, you've got the consoles, then you've got the railing, and then you've got the center bit where the captain chair is. So where do you want it? Or the floor. I guess the floor would work as well. Pity you don't have any of those fancy anti-grav sleds handy. Or one of those little hovering things.
I think I would put near the comms console. We'll put it near comms console.
Ooh. Yeah, put it next to the character who was already irradiated by... Sure. So...
Well, yeah. So the rest of us.
Well, we already tested if it was radiating.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's the picture. You can see that Kango posted in Twitch chat. You can see the consoles and the railing behind it.
2 of them.
So, the consoles are also on a slant, so
It just slides down.
you've still got to kind of... You can just about manage to keep it there. So, it's there. Now what?
Oh, cool. And my seat. I like my seat. That's my seat. Buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So,
Carry on.
what do you want to do? It's on the bridge now. At this point, the probe is just passing out back into medium range. As it's passed by the asteroid now and is getting further away still.
Sure.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Carol. Go ahead.
Crow.
Granted, I think Zaveru and Shiun have already probably touched everything on them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's safe. Unless something happens that we don't know about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, what are the chances of that?
Maybe we'll find out in 20 years that we got some sort of weird illness from it.
Like cancer.
Yeah, space cancer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do now? You've got, Doviah, you've got this box next to you on the console. It looks like it's just about to slide off, but it's staying in place. Just about.
So,
I
when
turn
I
to it.
first,
And the captain.
the first time I tried scanning the box to
Mhm.
half cheat,
Yes.
it gave me some sort of message. How did it convey that message?
The message was displayed on the little display on your tricorder.
So it can interface with things in a way I don't really understand.
I don't think you can really call it toppling if it's a stack of one item.
I don't know.
Unless,
It slides down, and practically the jelly bean buttons are really fragile, and they all fall over too.
Wow.
Anyway, so
So I don't know why this is the first thing my brain jumps to. But my first instinct, for some weird reason,
is to get a hammer.
no, is to try and get the puzzle box to receive the transmission from the asteroid. Just like, there's no reason why that should do anything,
Who knows?
but I feel like I want to do it.
I mean, you can try it.
Or you tell me to try it.
I mean, it is
What?
worth pointing out that
Ah.
it only initiated a communication after it had scanned you.
This is true.
Oh yeah.
What about the scan made that want to do that? Who knows? Who knows?
I know one guy who does.
It's Kango, right?
Yes,
Kango now.
Kango masterminded this entire campaign.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot it's a secret. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to do that thing, or do you want to do something different?
I mean, I want to. I don't think it's going to achieve anything.
You can
But
try.
if I don't, I'm going to keep wondering if it would do something. even if it's not productive at all.
It just,
Want to
for
know.
some reason, starts playing rock music, like...
Space rock music, asteroid music.
So,
Yes.
what does that note say? Once upon a time, a big portal opened to not really all too important stuff. Oh, right. Anyway, so do you want to get Zavero to try and see if you can hook it up to the computer in some way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
So, I'm going to say that this is going to be a difficulty 2 task to figure out if it's even possible, and if it is.
Yeah.
And also, it's going to be a complication range 2 task. Because if
Yeah.
you're fiddling around with things, you might break something.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
we've got 5 momentum. Do you want to use one of those for him? Let me
Yeah.
pull up his character sheet.
I'd say so. I mean, if we didn't do that, then... I don't know.
Rogue,
What?
you okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Does reverse engineering apply here?
Why not? Why
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's a bit too far of a stretch. Okay, in which case none of the focuses apply. So we've got engineering plus... Let's do reason. That seems good.
Seems reasonable. Reasonable, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, let's roll.
Okay.
That's your 2 successes.
Hmm.
And it's a
the
19. It's a 19, so
complication?
that counts.
Unfortunately.
Okay, ship doesn't assist at this point.
Yeah.
So,
What talents does Zaveru have?
very useful one.
Well,
I mean, if you want to, I can give you a screenshot of them.
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay. I was just looking through the list myself when you said that.
Oh, god damn it.
There you go. It's in reference material.
Trust the day,
Oh, hey. Hey, cautious engineering.
Yep.
Love
Oh,
cautious
God.
engineering.
Huh. What do you
God
know?
damn.
Hey,
So that's
look
3,
at that.
which means you've got 1 overflow, so you're back at 5.
I noticed that the DM has rolled critical failure twice.
I mean,
They were both re-rolled.
Yeah.
So
Lucky.
so... Right. Severo takes about maybe half an hour or so, getting all sorts of different tools. I mean, this looks like a wooden box, but he's managed to remove some of the levers and panels, revealing metal underneath. And he's got all sorts of wires, and he says that after the time elapsed, he says, "Right, Captain, I've had to do this without any scans, because every time I try to scan it, all it says is that would be cheating, whatever that means. So I've managed to dig around a little bit on the surface, find some ports that might have... They look similar to access ports. Now, I've connected them to the computer, but I can't say what'll happen to either the box or the computer should anything go through. It might be like sticking a fork in the outlet, if you get that reference.
I am not certain why someone would even consider putting a fork in an outlet.
Perfect response.
Shocking?
No, perfect.
No, I was literally just going, shocking.
Mm.
Right.
Hands connect her hip cable from her weapon. Yeah, so, what you want to do? I know that you're thinking of that complication and the fact that I've not explained what it means yet, but just ignore that.
As I said, shocking.
Should we ignore it because our characters wouldn't know about the complication at this point?
No, don't. Because that is a player level thing.
Hmm.
So you can make that influence your decisions.
Yeah. True.
I can't even remember what roll had the complication on it.
Oh right, sorry. My mistake. That was re-rolled, of course. I've just got a lot of documents here.
Yeah.
That's my mistake.
Okay.
That's true.
Cool. So, yeah, I guess send out those friendship messages again and see if we trigger a response back.
Aye, sir.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, then try sending in whatever recording of the message we have.
Try sending hostile messages then. So, okay.
Will do, sir.
Do you do it?
I do it.
Okay. You don't need to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Send a transmission.
Sure.
A few seconds pass. It triggers the transmission again.
Right.
You can see the same thing, empty background for a few seconds, then a pattern of 100 symbols, pause, then repeats. Looking at the box, so you're at the console looking to see if there's an interface with the computer, if there's something going back and forth. The signal is being sent to it, but there's nothing coming back the other way. That's not to say that it's not doing anything. It's just saying that, well, there's nothing coming back into the computer.
I fiddle with the puzzle. Does anything happen?
You fiddle with a puzzle. Roll for fiddling with puzzle. No, just... No, so... Okay, actually, yes. Give me an engineering plus control check. I'm just gonna say difficulty 1.
Okay. Don't think any focuses apply. We're at 4 momentum.
We're at 5. You regained 1 because of the reroll.
Oh, cool. May I spend 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, I don't know. In my heart, I just want something to happen, even though it's completely ridiculous.
Who knows?
Okay, well,
Nice roll.
guess who's back at maximum momentum?
Oh, now you got 10, 7, and 4.
Yep. Yep. So, fiddle with a puzzle box. You're moving some of the things around, and just as you're about to conclude your test and give up, you notice that one of those dials now allows it to be pulled out a bit and then turned, which it definitely didn't do before. Given your roll, how well you rolled, let's say I'm assuming you want to continue to
Yes.
play with it. So continue to play with it, pull out different parts, twist them around, almost like tumblers in a lock, in a way. And then at one point you hear some clicks as the wooden panel on top, it's kind of inset a little bit, kind of springs open slightly, as though it's just been released in some way. Do you want to open it completely?
Scan for radiation first.
Okay, so it's just the difficulty 0 task. So, who wants to do that? Or do you want to
Doviah's
use...
right next to me.
I could do it.
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
scan for radiation.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Science plus
I'm
reason.
just standing here by comms, fiddling with this puzzle box.
Next to me. Yeah.
Throw out my chair.
Mhm.
Okay. Focus.
Throw it under your chair. The Tetraan radiation will keep it nice and cozy.
Oh god, yes.
Good. Scanning it. Now if the focus applied, it's fine.
D.
Haha. Anyway, yes. No.
Well, it was a difficulty 0 anyway.
Oh.
Oh, and those were 2 19s!
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that.
Ah.
Sorry for the scare, everyone.
It's like we're just teetering on the edge. Just getting a bit closer and closer and closer.
One time we did get a complication, but then not.
Okay,
We
so...
rolled it. Yeah,
We didn't need the momentum anyway.
Yeah.
true.
So, you detect no radiation. And then you continue to scan, and actually you do detect very slight, just very, very slight. This is so slight that it wouldn't be a danger to anybody. And if you weren't specifically looking for it, you would never find it. But there is a tiny little amount here.
Of Tetraan?
Tetraan radiation, yes.
Okay, so I say, right, Captain, it doesn't look like there's any radiation emanating from it. Wait, no, there are tiny trace amounts of Tetraan radiation, but they wouldn't cause harm to anything. But it is there. That's all I could find, so.
Very well.
It's just Twitch chat.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, yes, that's what I say.
Mm-hmm. So
Continue monitoring, and everyone be prepared to respond. And
Hi,
open it.
Captain.
Zaveru says, right, should I prepare an airlock just in case we need to get rid of it quickly?
Yes.
Okay, and he does so. He goes over to the operations console and begins doing just that. So,
Nice.
what do you want to do?
I would like to open it.
I would like
Okay.
to continue monitoring it.
You open it completely. It's just basic metal hinge, the wooden plate attached to. Open it up. Underneath is a kind of almost like a pearlescent metal surface, in the center of which is a display that is displaying 100 of those symbols. It displays it for a few seconds, then there's a pause, and then it displays another set of 100. And it continues on, and they're random.
Is this synchronized with the transmission, or is it a separate thing?
Look over. You see it is, but the box is displaying the set of characters about maybe 10 seconds before they're displayed on the transmission.
Interesting. I'm not sure what to do with that.
Maybe some other players have an idea. So it's basically the box is displaying a set of characters as the transmission is basically waiting for an input, and then the transmission is displaying that same set of characters. Then there's a pause, and then the cycle repeats.
Is the box different? Is it different to the one being sent?
The characters are the same set of characters that then 10 seconds later get transmitted to you.
Are they the same on the box as they are sending, or different?
Do you mean that the box is displaying, or do you mean that are carved into the wood?
Box. The box.
Do you mean the characters the box is displaying, or that are carved into the wood of the box?
This displaying.
Yeah, they're the same characters.
Ah.
Right.
But you said that the box isn't sending anything.
The box is sending nothing.
But it is receiving. Maybe.
Maybe. You could roll to see if it is.
I'd like to see if it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be Severus' roll again.
Will we buy a die?
It's going to be insight plus engineering, which is actually his best thing. Do you want to buy dice? We've got 6, we're full.
Yeah. Give him a die.
Yeah, why not?
Just splurge.
We can spare him a
I think got
mention.
crap in my toe. Hold on,
Okay.
give me a sec.
There we go. 3.
Great.
Okay. So we're back on full.
Oh
Great.
god, really?
Yep. And we were on full, we used one, and now we're back on full. So
Oh god. Do we have
We'll
two
never
overflow?
run out of
Oh
momentum.
no.
he scans, goes to the console, presses some buttons, and it says, Captain, I don't think the box is actually receiving anything through the cable. And he goes over and he pulls out the cables, and the cycle continues. He then says, it must have some sort of receive, but no. I don't know how this can be. The transmission, we're monitoring. Doviah, we're monitoring communications. They're not sending a transmission ahead of time that the box could be receiving, right?
Yes, I'm monitoring it. Unless they are sending it in some other way that we can't detect.
Maybe. They must be, because I don't know how the box would know the symbols otherwise.
It is strange.
It kind of scratches his head. So what do you want to do?
This is difficult because I know something.
Yes. And I know what it is that you know. And you know that I know that it is the thing that you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. Quite accurate.
I know. Anyway.
Yeah. That is true, Eliza.
Yep, that is true.
And we can't input anything ourselves, right? We can't.
You mean send a transmission?
Yeah, that's.
Of course you can.
I mean, from the symbols I meant.
Yes, you can. You know how the symbols are represented in the subspace transmission, so you know which patterns represent which symbols, so you can compose a message of a certain set of symbols and then send that if you want to. That is a thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows what that would do if you get the wrong symbols?
Could I... Mm-hmm. Right, could I don't know, could I ask the computer or something about the symbols, like what they mean, like in VUni or something, if they are VUni, perhaps?
Yeah, the computer responds, states that there's no concrete facts about the VUni language, and that previous analysis have shown that the characters likely represent numeric characters.
Okay.
And you did try to analyze it for a pattern, and they seem to be completely random.
But it's always the same 100 characters, which just arranged differently each time.
No. Sometimes there's these characters, at other times don't make any appearances. It's random.
Mm-hmm.
Are there... Okay, I guess that would fall under...
Sorry, what?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sure.
So this now revealed display in the box.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything to interact with there now that it is no longer concealed by a puzzle box?
No. There are no buttons, no interfaces. It's just a display. Maybe some of the players have recommendations.
If I had, I would have voiced them. I don't know at the moment.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Rogue, do you have anything to recommend?
No, I'm completely lost. Absolutely, completely lost. Which I know is not helpful.
Oh, it depends what the goal is.
Ah.
How about Twitch chat?
Oh.
I
I'm
know
on
the
Twitch
thing,
chat.
but I don't know how to know the thing without knowing the thing.
And I don't even know the thing to begin with.
So, some more time passes.
Oh,
Oh, hi.
Ah,
what happened there?
Oh. Well,
Hello?
hello?
Hello.
Hello. That's strange. It threw me out.
So,
wow.
some more time passes, and
God.
eventually the transmission stops again, not having received any input.
Mm-hmm.
And on the box, it also becomes dormant.
Hmm.
Man.
Interesting.
Thank you.
You have no clue what these symbols mean.
Eliza says, maybe now try what's in the box. Do you mean to scan it? Or what do you mean, VGR?
It's probably typing. The shining thing with the display.
Yeah, the display is empty. Now that the transmission has stopped, the display is also empty.
Hmm.
You can try to scan what's inside.
Maybe now that it's no longer cheating, it'll let us scan it.
You can try.
I mean, yes.
Sure, let's try.
Okay. So, not gonna say the difficulty.
Yeah.
Makes
So,
sense.
who wants to give it a go? I'm going to say it's going to be an engineering plus insight check.
Whoever's scores the highest. My engineering
Not
plus
me.
my engineering plus insight is 14.
I mean, Zaveru could do it, if you want him to do it.
Zveru could do it.
Nero could also do it.
Also-
Zveru has already been studying the box a bit
Yeah.
too.
They'd probably be better at it than me. Or than Doviah.
Okay then, let's
Sure.
do that. Any
Yeah.
dice?
Zaveru.
No dice? I know you don't know the difficulty, but
Well, if we can't find out anything more about it from this, then I have no ideas left other than to get closer to the asteroid and try other things. So I definitely want to buy one.
Yeah, we'll go with one.
Sure.
okay, here we go.
Wow.
Huh.
Nice.
There we are.
Wow.
3 successes.
Okay,
9, 11, and 5.
so that brings us back up to full.
Great.
So, gives it a scan, says, "Sir, it's allowing me to scan it. It's... Captain, I'm not detecting any sort of antenna here. There is no receiver." It's got a very rudimentary computer in it for the display, but there's no receiver. How does this make any sense?
Yes, magic.
Exactly.
It must be using some technology that we can't detect. Some transmissions.
Now you can ask questions using obtained information, because you do actually have one overflow momentum that would otherwise vanish.
Sure do.
Yeah?
Because it was only difficulty 1 task.
Yeah.
Right. Chat, do you have any ideas for questions?
AKA VGR.
Well, there's more people in chat.
He says.
Yes.
I know,
Well.
I say it. I just said it.
Isn't it only Runsbar
It's
and...
Roomspath, Rogue, VGR, Dodrebur, CangoFango, and Shoutouts.
Neither of those pronunciations was quite right, but sure, good try.
Yes.
Well, 3 of those,
Shoutouts, well.
it says there's 5, and at least 3 of those are us.
Anyway, so,
Yeah.
but the thing is, more people watch the archive, specifically on Twitch.
So yeah, that is true.
So, but they can't really interact retroactively, because
Yeah.
that would mean you'd have to have some sort of temporal entanglement tech or something like that.
And we don't do that.
No, we don't.
At least
We don't
not.
mess with time.
At least
Time's
we
bad.
don't outside of the game.
So,
Messing with time's bad.
what do you want to do now? Do you have any questions you would like to ask about the scan of the box? Or do you just want to try stuff?
This kills me. Oh, jeez. Knowing and not knowing kills me.
So you mean Schrodinger's box kills you?
Yes.
Yep. So, which monkeys is going on the away mission?
I don't think we've got monkeys on the ship.
Hold on.
I'm not sure.
So, who's in Bravo 6?
And it's especially funny because we have knowledge from the other campaign that would also help.
Oh, Grok mode with a party of 14 arrayed.
Ah!
Whoa, hi!
People?
Hello.
What does this mean? People, hello!
Wow.
Oh no.
Hello!
Welcome, everyone.
Hello! I'm not sure how to explain what's happening right now.
Hello, folks. Yes.
So,
Absolute confusion is happening.
basically what the situation is, there's this ship graveyard where ships have been coming here and being destroyed for hundreds of years. They've found an asteroid in the center of it. It's some sort of automated base by the look of things. And there's some stuff going on with a puzzle box that they've got and transmissions and things like that. So that's basically what's going
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically.
We can get the asteroid to send us transmissions we don't understand. That seems to be prompting a code
Mm-hmm.
to be entered or something.
Yeah, it's asking for an input, and then it's displaying a code afterwards. And then the cycle repeats.
But also we've had this puzzle box since like episode 4 that displays what it's sending us 10 seconds before it can send it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Plus, the puzzle box also does not have a receiver,
yes.
apparently.
So it's not like we just have input lag or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Ah,
Well, at least it was nearly dead
Yeah.
and not actually dead.
yeah. Although depending on the situation, that can actually be worse.
True.
Anyway.
But yes.
Yeah, so
Sounds exciting.
Anyway.
God,
wanna do?
damn it.
you could try sending just a message if you had a message to send,
Yeah.
or you could try getting closer, seeing if that triggers something.
I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to approach the medium
thank you.
range, see if anything changes, but
Nice. Right.
You could, but you already tried sending messages of friendship,
Yeah, we did.
greetings, and that is what prompted the communication in the first place. So, do you
Yeah.
want to get closer?
Sure. I'd say so. I'd opt for that.
Nero?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm right. Yeah, right. Do I roll?
Don't need to roll to get closer.
Okay.
Should we
Sorry,
stay in
if-
yellow alert or not?
Nero basically got bored and was start tapping the thing, and Nero was, well, yeah. So just tap,
Yeah.
just the buttons.
I seem to remember we also had trouble last time. We needed to enter some sort of passcode upon prompting in this campaign, and were unable to do it.
We just take
I
do our
mean-
passcodes.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising how often these things come up. So,
Yeah.
Indeed.
right, you approach to medium range.
The box doesn't seem to have any way of receiving or sending, as far as we can tell.
Yes.
Yes. And the asteroid seems to be unmanned.
Yes. So, you approach to medium range. You can hear the beeping and buzzing of different things on the bridge as you close in. The asteroids, what looks similar to shield emitters, activate and project a protective bubble around it.
Oh.
Seems to be some sort of shield.
Like an automated defense mechanism.
Overall, it's a very sussy asteroid. Pretty much, yes.
So
If you want to put it like that, yeah.
So, do you want to go to
So we
close
know-
range? Do you want to go to close range?
won't get ass handed. No, thank you.
Seems a tad risky.
So aside from trying to figure out this response thing that we're supposed to send, which we don't really have many clues for, the only other thing even close to a lead that we have is that the last time we conveniently had a Viuni artifact and encountered Viuni technology, they did interact with each other when we got close with it.
True.
But that was also, we think, possibly taken from that planet originally.
True.
Maybe.
Could be.
I mean, yes.
The investigators are still out on that one.
Right.
Yes, Kango?
Would it, if we had a shuttle or something, do you think it would be detected if we sent it at like lowest power setting, basically?
I would say yes. Just a guess.
Maybe. I don't know. That was my idea.
Okay, so
I would say in a scientific principle, to scan the defenses, because I don't think we're going to get through that. For it.
You can try.
you can always try.
Yeah, but that might be seen as a hostile action.
Yeah.
Might.
So...
Because all the ships around us, we gathered, were destroyed due to their own stupidity.
Basically, yes. They all exploded from the inside out due to a critical malfunction of their own energy weapon systems.
So, we theoretically think that those shields have got to be some serious protection and would be a very good scientific discovery.
That is very reasonable, yes.
And it will be very useful to have the technology. Or thing. Just saying, Captain.
This code thing is gonna bug me forever.
I don't know what to think about it. I'm just trying not to think about it because I'll end up not sleeping tonight and it'll be bad. Could get up early for work.
So at this point, you are getting close to the boundary of medium range. Like the inner boundary. Lurk. Running the lurk command. Sure. So...
Yeah, that's not
at
set
that
up
point,
here.
you get contacted again,
But
and the same code sequence happens again as you now get closer.
We don't have the
However,
code for
you notice that the box displayed again code about 10 seconds before the transmission even began. So the box displayed a message. So the symbols. Then there was an input time, and then the message that came displayed the same set of symbols that the box had displayed, and then that keeps cycling. It's alive. So. What do you want to do?
Well, we know absolutely nothing about the language.
Yep.
God damn it.
And if
The input time is from the asteroid. So the asteroid is waiting for an input, and then it sends a code. The box doesn't have any input thing or anything in it. However, it is displaying the symbols 10 seconds before the transmission sends them.
And these are
And the box is not storing any data.
And it's random every time.
It's random every time, yes. And the box is not storing any data.
Ugh.
And it's a different series of random messages each time we get the transmission.
Yes.
Ah.
Kit,
That's okay. We'll have the cleanup crew in here. I know after the stream. That'll be fine, VGR.
Yeah, that's right.
so
Not the only brain that's
There's-
imploding.
there's not a lot of time given to do anything when we are prompted to input things. Unfortunately, that makes things complicated. Is there a way that we can...
Roomsbath has a question.
Room's bad.
Oh,
It is... weird that it would only be 10 seconds in the future. Always anticipating everything that we
Yeah.
do.
But it's
Unless you have the answer.
It's a good question, though.
It is.
So anyway, you were saying.
So,
I think you got up to the
So-
point where you said you figured it out.
now, is there any way we can like duplicate and send the display from the puzzle box display?
Yes. You've received enough transmissions to know what patterns in the transmission represent which symbol. So it would be a roll to see if you can input it quickly enough, but it should be doable.
Right.
Okay.
where's Spock
like
we
to
need
try
him?
and-
Damn.
That'd be nice.
Try and send what comes up on the display.
Okay. So,
I
comms officer.
think that's a job for our comms officer.
So,
Yes, Captain. Right.
100 symbols in about 10 seconds. So,
I'll give it my best try.
this is going to be difficulty 4, but the ship will assist.
Great. Can I buy dice?
Yeah, we're at full momentum.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. One die.
You can buy 2 dice for this.
Thank you. Okay, so that's a... What is that? Control plus engineering?
Sure.
Okay. Could I use a value, perhaps?
Well, you could use it to re-roll if you wanted to, but you've already got 5 dice.
Oh, yeah.
If you only buy 1 die, then you could use it
Yeah.
for the auto crit.
If a value applies.
If
Yeah,
value applies.
True.
Yes.
Okay,
You could also
so-
spend a determination to add 3 to the group momentum pool, by the way, if you want to.
Oh, right.
Not that we need to right now.
At the moment, fine, I'd say. So, complication is 1, right?
Yes, as far as you know.
Okay.
No, it's 1.
So I take it no value applies then.
Uh,
I don't know. What do you
how
think?
about... Well, never lose hope. I'm not sure if we're quite there yet. Hold your reasoning close, but your confidence closer.
That I could see that working.
Yeah. I'd say that's the most viable.
I
of
think
the
that could
bunch.
work. Like maybe because you've got to do this so quickly that you have to do it almost on a reflex
Yes.
level instead of trying to think about it and reason. Like I've got this, I can do this without actually trying to do the odds and all that stuff and symbols per
I can
minute
see that.
or per second.
All right. So
Right.
buy an auto crit plus 1 die plus the ship assists. Yes.
Sure.
Okay, then you've only spent 1 momentum instead of the 3.
So I'm rolling
Yep.
3 dice. Okay. Here we
I've
go.
got 2.
Here we go.
Need 2 more.
That's 2.
And that's 2 more.
Wow.
So, Rogue, do you want to roll for the ship?
No, but what am I rolling?
It's going to be computers plus probably engineering in this case.
Oh, yeah, so screwed. But hey,
We'll see about that. Actually, no.
Hey.
There you go.
Plus the auto crit.
Which means
So that's...
that is 5. You needed 4, which means we're back at
Yep.
max.
Yep.
Great.
So,
Seems to be going quite well.
you do a few practice runs, not actually sending anything, but just seeing how quickly you can get that. You started at a really quite fast 20 seconds, and each time you get it lower and lower and lower, until one time you just about managed to get it. So now it's time to actually do it and send it.
Do we have to roll again?
No, you take a deep breath. Everybody's got eyes on you.
no, it ain't.
Okay. Most people have got eyes on you. And you do it. As soon as the message appears in the box, you kind of compartmentalize different parts of that display, recognizing patterns in there, which allows your hands to fly over your console, probably also using micros, to actually get it just done fast enough, to send it just on the cusp of when the timer runs out.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, the transmission immediately stops.
Mm-hmm.
The box also is inactive. And the protective bubble vanishes.
Ah, that's nice.
Congrats. So, we've got about 10 minutes left. We might have done it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we've got 10 minutes left. What would you like to do?
Approach.
Okay.
See if we are allowed passage.
Mm-hmm. So, Nero, I'm guessing you're taking... Are you taking into close range?
mm-hmm.
Okay. Taking into close range.
Mm-hmm.
Into where the bubble was. And yes, it doesn't seem to react to you in any way.
That's good.
Lassie,
Right.
there are no dogs on board.
That's an A, not an E.
right.
Right.
And
good.
there was an entrance somewhere.
Yes, a space door just rotates into view just as the sun is catching it. Well, that a sun, not the sun.
A star.
No, that's pathfinding. It's big enough to fit maybe a runabout or definitely a shuttle.
Which weren't a thing back then, but
The shuttles were, but the runabout, yes.
yeah.
Or
Right.
you could try beaming in if you wanted to.
All right.
The space door at this point are closed, but they may be openable once you get further towards entering.
Yeah. I guess that would be the time to send a team in a shuttle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, who are the lucky few? View? Few.
Oh, the yucky, lucky monkeys.
Draw your cards,
I-
draw your cards, one and all. So,
I think this might actually be a time where all our actual characters would be appropriate for this test.
yes, that certainly sounds like it.
Plus, throw in
Yucky.
plus throw in some security.
Okay.
You don't have to control them; they can just be NPCs.
Yes,
but
sure.
Okay.
So, 2 security officers, let's say?
yeah,
Okay.
VGR, is it? Time for
plus
one of your
stickers in
characters.
charge of the ship again.
Mm-hmm. That always ends well.
Yeah,
I mean, technically it does.
yeah.
So,
Oh, good okay, looks
are
like
you taking the...
VGR's characters are coming to play.
Are you taking the Lambeth as well? The Type F shuttle,
The what?
the Lambeth.
Sure.
Oh, wait.
I don't remember what the significance of that is, but sure.
Okay. Anyway.
And I'm bringing the box with me.
The box. Okay. Or maybe it's the Lambeth B. I don't know if the Lambeth was the one that blew up. I don't remember.
Or the Lambeth North.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Okay.
So.
Are VGR's characters security, are they?
So, they are security, but
Oh,
you've only got either Starfleet personnel or enlisted crew members on board. There is no real... The characters don't really fit into that universe. However, if chat wants to recommend actions for the NPCs, that
As
sounds like fun.
characters. Yeah.
But of course, I reserve the right to
The final thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
obviously, keep in mind that delays are a thing.
Yes.
That as
So-
well.
Especially with trains. Anyway, so
Yeah. Yes.
board the shuttle. The shuttle bay depressurizes.
Mm-hmm.
Shuttle bay doors open. You can see space. Debris field. Exit. Drop the shields. Shuttlecraft exits. I'm assuming Warsticker raises the shields again. As you
Yeah.
approach the asteroid.
We would do.
Nero, of course, giving a very smooth ride.
oh yeah, like a dream,
Mm-hmm.
Great.
like a baby.
So, as you approach, the space doors start to open by themselves. Take the shuttle in. I'm assuming you want to land? Because
Yep.
there is artificial gravity here.
Yes.
Okay. Touches down. Space doors close. External sensors indicate that the space is being pressurized. Nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere. And you're here. I believe that this might be a good time to end it, considering we've only got, well,
Yes.
about 4 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
So,
So this is our cliffhanger ending.
yep, you did the thing. Congratulations.
We did the thing.
Nice.
Now, to find out what secrets are held within, what dangers lurk in the ceiling. Wait, what? Tune in next time to Star Trek Pathos.
I'm glad I decided to fiddle with the puzzle box.
Yep. That was a good call.
That was something I didn't have to do.
No, it wasn't. But I'm glad you did.
Yay.
Great.
So, right. Does anyone have any feedback they would like to give? Any comments? Anything? Criticisms?
I'm glad we're able to bypass the password protection thing.
What do you mean
Yes.
bypass it?
Well, by entering it, I mean,
Yeah.
that problem to solve it. I mean,
Ah,
yeah.
Yes.
there we are. Yes, interesting story.
Thank you. And next time, I get a feeling that Nero will have quite a lot to do. Anyway, so
Yes. I enjoyed it a lot.
So,
this stream will be archived on YouTube. And yes, Kango streams on Sundays, streaming multiplayer stuff as well. And that's pretty much
No
that.
role playing though.
No,
so-
not role playing.
Yeah.
Well, except for now, we do.
I don't do role playing on Sundays. No multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So then,
Anyway.
see you all next time. Bye bye, everyone. Good night.
bye-bye.
Bye.